Did Jungkook just fall silent after seeing Taehyung in a golden suit at Celine's Paris Fashion Week? What really happened behind those intense glances that made ARMY lose their minds? Was it admiration, surprise, or something deeper that flashed across Jungkook's face when Taehyung stepped out in that breathtaking golden suit at Celine's Paris Fashion Week? The moment the BTS members appeared under the dazzling Parisian lights, the entire fashion world seemed to stop. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't just Taehyung's mesmerizing look. It was Jungkook's reaction. His expression, captured by cameras from every corner, spoke louder than words. A mix of awe, warmth, and something unspoken that made ARMY's hearts race. Before diving deeper, don't forget to hit like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more exclusive stories about BTS moments that make the world stop breathing for a second. What do you think Jungkook really felt in that unforgettable moment? Paris, known for its elegance and mystery, witnessed something beyond fashion that night. When Taehyung, dressed head to toe in a sleek golden Celine ensemble, walked through the venue, the atmosphere changed. Reporters whispered. Fans gasped. Flashlights followed his every move like beams drawn to brilliance. His confident stride, the calm in his eyes, and that slight smirk, it was as if Taehyung knew he owned the night. But the true headline wasn't just his look. It was Jungkook, sitting in the audience completely captivated, unable to take his eyes off him. Taehyung looks incredible, Jungkook was later heard saying in a quiet yet heartfelt tone, his voice soft but trembling slightly with admiration. And that was all it took. Social media exploded. Armies across the globe started replaying every clip, analyzing every glance, decoding every moment. What was behind that admiration? Was it simply the pride of one friend watching another shine? Or was it something deeper that neither of them could hide under the bright Parisian lights? The cameras caught Jungkook's reaction in slow motion, the way his lips parted slightly, his eyes glimmering under the golden reflection from Taehyung's outfit. It wasn't just about fashion anymore, it was about connection, about the kind of bond that words can't describe, the one that even silence can't hide. Fans felt it instantly, that familiar spark between them that has always made the Taehyung dynamic so powerful, so electric, so real. As the runway lights dimmed and Taehyung took his seat beside world-class stars, whispers followed him everywhere. Who could ignore that golden aura? His suit shimmered like liquid sunlight, the perfect contrast to his calm, mysterious smile. But what the world didn't see, or maybe pretended not to, was the quiet exchange of glances between him and Jungkook. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't exaggerated. It was subtle, but powerful enough to send the internet into meltdown. Jungkook looked proud but also mesmerized. One fan tweeted, their post gaining thousands of likes within minutes. You can literally see admiration in his eyes. Others went further, saying, the way Jungkook looked at Taehyung was like he was seeing art, not a person. And perhaps that's what made the moment so unforgettable. Taehyung wasn't just wearing gold. He was gold, glowing, untouchable, magnetic. The confidence in his movements, the way his suit caught every flicker of light, and the ease with which he commanded the attention of the room made it clear, this was his era. But the way Jungkook's gaze followed him, full of pride and affection, turned the fashion event into something deeper. A story of friendship, admiration, and silent connection between two souls who have shared countless stages and memories. Many armies recalled how Jungkook has always been openly supportive of Taehyung's artistic side, from his deep voice to his creative projects. But this moment in Paris felt different. It wasn't just support, it was awe, as if Jungkook, for a brief second, forgot that they were both global icons, and simply saw Taehyung as someone who could still surprise him, still leave him speechless. Taehyung looked like royalty, another fan commented. And Jungkook looked like he just realized he was standing in front of a king. That line spread across fan forums like wildfire. Memes, edits, and videos flooded social media. Within hours, #GoldenTaehyung and #Jungkook reaction to Tae trended worldwide. Every tiny clip was replayed, slowed down, analyzed frame by frame. Fans caught Jungkook's faint smile as Taehyung turned his head, the brief eye contact that followed, and the way Jungkook lowered his gaze, shy, almost caught off guard. It was a cinematic moment, straight out of a story that writes itself every time the two of them are in the same room. And what's more, even the Celine staff seemed taken by their presence. A few stylists were overheard saying that Taehyung's golden look became the highlight of the night, the look everyone kept talking about long after the show ended. He made gold look alive, one insider reportedly said. And perhaps that's why Jungkook couldn't look away, because it wasn't just the outfit. It was the aura, the confidence, the glow that came from within, the kind of beauty that can only be felt by someone who's watched Taehyung evolve, from a shy young idol to a global fashion icon. As the night continued, Paris buzzed with energy. The after-party was filled with conversations about Taehyung's golden appearance. Jungkook, though quieter, was seen smiling every time someone mentioned Taehyung's name. It was subtle, almost private, but fans noticed. They always do. Some even claimed that Jungkook had shared a quiet toast in Taehyung's honor, saying softly, "He really was the star tonight." Whether true or not, the story fit perfectly into the narrative that ARMY already believed. That their bond runs deeper than words, that admiration and respect flow naturally between them. And perhaps that's why moments like these hit differently. They're not rehearsed. They're not for cameras. They're real, raw, spontaneous, and filled with emotion. Jungkook's stunned expression wasn't just about fashion. It was about seeing someone he's grown up with rise, transform, and glow in front of the entire world, and realizing that no amount of fame can dull the pride and affection in his heart. So the question remains, was Jungkook's admiration just that, admiration? Or was it a glimpse into something more emotional, more intimate, that words will never capture? Fans continue to debate, analyze, and speculate. But one thing is certain, the Golden Night in Paris will go down in history, not just for Taehyung's radiant look, but for the silent story written in Jungkook's eyes. What do you think, ARMY? Did you feel that same spark when Jungkook saw Taehyung in gold? Was it pride, admiration, or something beyond? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your favorite moment from that night, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that take you behind the glitz, the glamour, and the heart-stopping moments that make BTS more than just idols, they're living art. Because in the end, Paris might have been filled with gold that night, but the brightest shine came not from the lights or the cameras, it came from two souls, connected in a moment that no one will ever forget. Somewhere in that golden-lit hall of Paris Fashion Week, time seemed to pause. The world around them blurred, the chatter, the flash of cameras, the distant echo of applause. All of it faded the moment Jungkook's eyes met Taehyung's. There was no need for words. The look said everything. Admiration, respect, maybe even a little awe. The golden aura surrounding Taehyung seemed to reflect in Jungkook's eyes, and for that fleeting second, even the lights of Paris seemed dim compared to what shone between them. The audience, unaware of the silent electricity between the two, erupted into whispers as Taehyung adjusted the cuff of his golden blazer. His movements were deliberate, graceful, like a painter carefully completing the last stroke on a masterpiece. The fabric glimmered with every motion, flowing with the rhythm of the room's anticipation. He didn't need to say a word. His presence spoke volumes. And Jungkook, seated just across the aisle, was visibly struck. His fingers brushed against his chin, a familiar habit when he was deep in thought. His lips curling into a barely there smile. Was he proud? Overwhelmed? Maybe both. After all, how could he not be? He had seen Taehyung at his most raw, laughing backstage, tired after endless rehearsals, struggling through pressure and expectations. And now here he was, Taehyung of BTS, Taehyung of Celine, Taehyung the embodiment of luxury and elegance. Jungkook's admiration wasn't just for the outfit, it was for the journey, the transformation, the story of a boy who dared to dream and turned those dreams into gold. Fans who later dissected the moment on social media noticed the way Jungkook seemed almost entranced. He wasn't blinking, one fan posted. He was just staring at Taehyung like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Another added, "You can see it in his eyes, that mix of pride and amazement. That's what real connection looks like." And perhaps that's what made it so emotional. Because beneath the flashing lights and luxury labels, there was something profoundly human about that gaze. Jungkook wasn't looking at a superstar. He was looking at a friend, a brother, someone who had walked beside him for over a decade, through struggles, triumphs, and everything in between.